Everybody, good afternoon and welcome to a live edition here on NJCourts TV. As a matter of fact, it's going to be kind of a new, well, I wouldn't say a new series, but technically it's been titled as a new series or episodes of what's been dubbed the Urban Exploration series. So we've already done a little bit of that. As a matter of fact, not too many streams ago, we went over to what was supposed to be a haunted cemetery where they had this witch's grave site that we visited. So if you're interested in that type of stuff, check it out. It's on the NJCourts TV's page's live section. So yeah, we're gonna do something similar to that, except today we're gonna be flying up one of the drones, so that should be a lot of fun. What up, Darwin? What up, Lazy Deuce? Let's do it. Let's go, man. So yeah, today, because it is daytime, and I don't know when they do allow access, because this is an old, very old courthouse slash jail. It's one of those courthouses where they actually had the jail inside of it. I don't even know. I think they decommissioned it in the 1970s. It's 100-plus-year-old building. I know there is a paranormal group that offers ghost tours, I think like on the weekends during the season, which I don't know when that starts or if we're currently in it. So maybe one of these days we'll take one of those tours and actually get access inside. But today what I'm really excited about is to actually be able to fly around this place. Because I remember back in the old days when I was in elementary, they used to take you to this place for a field trip, okay? They wanted to scare you as a kid, you know, don't be doing stupid shit or else you get locked up. And I specifically remember this courthouse slash jail because they have this little shady corner that they purposely have these guys. I think, you know, they tell them to do this, you know, but when you go around the corner, it's as close as you'll get to actually like where, you know, somebody can reach out and touch you, because I mean these were open cells, right? So I mean at any time if you were to get close to it and a guy wanted to grab you, you know, they could. So that's why they told you stay against the wall, and that's what you did. But at one point there's this little corner that everybody goes around where, like, you know, they're very, you know, particular in the what is it, cautious when you go around that corner and hug that wall as much as you can. And then purposely they got these jail guys there trying to reach for you and talk all this shit, you know, to kind of scare you. So when does Blackout Mandy have court? Check out my last update. We did a big court update. Fast forward towards the end and I got the dates for you as far as when Blackout Mandy has its court date. All right, let's get going, y'all. I just got it set up. We're gonna be, I think today let's do some FPV, man. So we're gonna send up the Screaming Eagle. So just give me a minute or two to get that set up, and then we're gonna rock and roll. It's a beautiful day here. I'll show you exactly where we're gonna be flying up and around. That's the building right there. So that's the old courthouse slash jail. They even got one of those little historical signs in front of it, just in case you don't believe me. Let me see. I'm on that S23. It's got that pretty good zoom. Let's see if we can zoom in there. Yep, there you go. Old Doñana County Courthouse. I forgot which level is the jail. I want to say it was the top story. Actually made probably more sense at the bottom story. But yeah, let's get going here. Well, that's interesting. That car wasn't there before, so I wonder what they're doing. All right, I think I'll have a pretty good signal just flying from my car, but we'll see. Let's just get this set up and then we'll fly it up. Okay. Oh, but good afternoon, everybody. I do have power chat on, so if you do want to say something, you're more than welcome. What's up, grunge music? I don't know whose God you're talking about. Ain't my God. Far from it. Give you what my opinion is on that goofball right now. Alright, let's get going. All right. So, God damn it. I should have all my wires. There they are. So we're going to be sending up the old Screaming Eagle, man. This is our little DJI Neo. Wow, now there's like a few more people parked in this just random parking lot here. There was like nobody here because this business is closed now. It's an old dispensary, but I guess it's a big enough parking spot. A lot of people just like to come here to park for whatever reason. I guess this is the good spot to meet your plug. Alright, so we got power. Let's start getting the satellite connected to this. Boom, power's up. For those of you that don't know what FPV is, it means first person view. So basically, instead of using a traditional remote, you use these FPV goggles. And you use kind of a, what do you call it? Like a, you know, one of those like simulation game style remotes on those like, you know, jet fighter games. So basically it's called a motion controller. So it follows your motion. So if you want to go up, you tilt up. You want to go down, you tilt down. Want to go, you know, left, right, and so on. So pretty cool. But the cool thing is the flying experience you get with the goggles, man. It's the closest thing I say to everybody of feeling like you're flying like a bird. Alright, so I do know I gotta plug this into the goggles. This is gonna go to the DJI Fly app. There we go. There we go. All right, cool. Get this set up here really quick, and we're almost ready to take off. Thank you guys for your patience. That looks good. Alright, let's see if we got a live stream going now. So here in a second. Excellent. Alright, you guys can see what I'm looking at. Sweet. Alright, let's get ready to fly here. Fly. Fly. Alright, you guys, we're going to do a little exploring now, so hang tight. I got the goggles on, so obviously I can't be reading chat, so enjoy the flight. Sorry, I'm putting my, there we go. Alright, so this is it right here. Let's kind of go back so I can give you a good view here. So, Old Doñana County Courthouse and Jail. Old adobe building. Let's see what many entrances this has. Around the back here. Ooh, I wonder if we can look down here. I bet you this has to do with the jail right there. That was probably like, yeah. I bet you this is one of their like little, you know, where they play, you know, basketball or whatever it is. I bet you that was it, the rec area there. Just kind of want to be careful here. Get you a new view kind of here of north entrance. So there was some parking there. But yeah, they say this is haunted. Let's see if we can get close to one of these windows. See if you guys see anything. Peekaboo. That's me right there. We've got this other cool building over here. Let's go check this out really quick. I guess it's closed now. It used to be like a little entertainment center. And I guess they open it for like events, you know, certain events. But it used to be something that was open during like the, you know, the weekends, every Friday, Saturday, you know, Thursday through Sunday. I think it was called Amador Live. Let's see if we can get in here. Ooh, this is a little risky because if I lose my shit, I can't get it out. Woo! Oh yeah, there you go. Amador Live. I wonder where they had the stage at. I guess right there. And then everybody sits there. You can sit up there. Let's go check the parking lot. I hear people coming. Let's come down for a little, see what you guys have to say in chat. I hope you guys are enjoying this little flight. Alright, let's go check out the courthouse a bit. Yeah, see, this used to be a little dispensary right here. Well, not little, really big dispensary. It used to be a bank, and I don't know why the fuck they would have bought this huge building out for a fucking dispensary. Woo! But yeah, that's it. So I guess you used to be able to come down here and place your order. But really big building for a fucking dispensary. It's no wonder why they probably didn't do good as far as business. Do a little flyby. Woo! Check my back. Check my 360. All right, we got enough little battery to do one more cruise. Let's go up to the roof here. This is a pretty interesting building. Oh, it has a screen on it. Yeah, I'm glad I saw that. So I guess this must have been a bell tower at some time. Maybe. I don't know why it would. It wasn't a church, but maybe for decoration. Do a little ripping around the area. Let's do a little exploration back here. Think we can reach those. What do you think those are? What is that? I guess planes, right? Pretty interesting. What did this truck want? Can I help you, sir? Pretty interesting roof. Make sure nobody's living up here right now. Oh! There's all my pigeon friends. All right, low battery. I'm coming. All right, let's land it. I'll check in on you guys. Yeah, boy. All right, give me a second, y'all. Hopefully we're still live. Yeah, I think we are. Let me switch it off of that. There we go. Let's see. I think there's another area we can drive down to over here that I think is, let's go by the old airplane down here. There's not airplane. There's an old railroad depot down here that I want to check out. Yeah, thank you, Vanessa Jean. I got a couple of batteries, so we'll switch out the battery down there. Let's go move to a different location. That's pretty interesting, eh? All right. Cool. I'm gonna put you guys on my car mount. We're going to switch up our location here really quick. All right. Yeah, this one's just down the street, so it should just take us a couple of minutes to get there. But welcome everybody to the chat. Yeah, they should have done a lot of stuff with that building, to be honest with you. But you know what, Vanessa Jean? This is a time that I'm sure a lot of people had seen coming, but they had just, basically when they started handing out the permits for these dispensaries, they didn't have any cap. So as long as you qualified for the permit, you got it, okay? And everybody and their mother opened up a dispensary, all right? And the problem is, it's fine and dandy, when everything starts and opens up, everybody's excited about it, and, everybody's out shopping all the dispensaries. But eventually it comes to the time where the excitement's over with, and then people are now getting watching more as far as quality and prices. Well, the only dispensaries that you see now that survive the dispensary bust or bubble are the ones that actually basically have their own farm and distribution center, meaning they are not a middleman. And all the dispensaries that basically were just a middleman dispensary, they're gone. They didn't make it. And I feel bad, but that's like what you see here, and imagine a middleman dispensary renting an old bank that Lord knows what the rent was on that big ass building, just to sell, how much room do you need to actually sell joints and, a few grams, ounces, whatever people buy, you know what I mean? There's only so much, you don't need a whole fucking showroom. So, you're seeing now a lot of empty buildings, man. And, they were all old dispensaries. Really sad, man, because people, I'm sure, spent a lot of money to get that going. But they should have done their diligence and done their research. If I see one that's got an open window and there's no trespassing sign, we can do it. But personally, I wouldn't want to, just because if something happens to my drone, it's called bando flying. Bando short for abandoned buildings. The thing is, if you can't access, inside, you're fucked in case you have to get your drone for whatever reason. So I generally don't recommend doing that type of stuff unless you have a way that you can go retrieve your drone safely and, of course, legally. But you got to be careful, because just like that one little patio that looked like it was an open patio, clearly wasn't. It actually had a screen. Whoa, buddy. And, yeah, man, that guy almost got ran over. He just ran right across the street. And there literally is a whole, this is a very busy street. So that guy literally almost, whoa, check this out. All right. Well, this is what I didn't want. Let's see. Let me find a good parking space. This is it right here. But it gets kind of shady. When you got FPV goggles on, you don't want to be parking somewhere where somebody can come right up to you, you know what I mean? Alright, I think I know where I'm going to park. I want to fly through this kind of abandoned warehouse here. We'll just fly out of my ride. I'll just park right here. So pretty much just got that tower behind me. All right. All right. Cool. We're here. So we're just going to launch from the roof. And let's do some exploring. All right. Cool, it stayed the same. Hell yeah. All right, we're starting the stream now. Let's see what we can get video. Excellent, there's our stream. Get my goggles on. Here we go. Make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Cool, there you guys are. Excellent. Sports mode. Make sure to see where these lines are at. I think there's a homeless shelter right here, kind of this building in front of us. But this is the building I wanted to check out. It's like an old, I don't know if it was a cotton. Sorry about that. We're kind of getting away from our transmission here because there's a lot, that building blocks a lot of shit. What do we got here? Little homeless camp. Ripping. Let's see, what's this say? Santa Fe Mining Company. There we go. So the railroad tracks connect over here. Let's see if we see anybody down here creeping. Oh, I would. Fuck, dude, I know I'd lose transmission if I went in that building. That's the last thing I need to do. Oh, I hear somebody walking by us. There's a lot of homeless camps over here. I didn't even see this. Ooh, water tower. Cool. This is a little sketchy here. There's a lot of power lines and shit. This thing's pretty interesting. This is what I call urban exploration. Ooh, this is cool. Huh. Guess there's a little pathway down here. Little walking path. I didn't even know this walking path was down here. Looks like there's some folks down here. Let's see if this is somebody's down here. I don't know. Smart using some of that for shelter. Let's go make sure nobody's pulling up on our 6. All right, we look good so far. Yeah, see, here's all those old railroad lines. Let's see if there's anybody in here. I don't want to get in too far. See anybody moving? There you go. Don't say I don't do edgy things. I don't see anybody in there. Woo! And there's the old railroad depot. Let's go over here and see if we can get into the... check out the old railroad depot. There's actually a railroad museum here. I don't know if I've ever taken you guys here for a live stream. Pretty cool little mural over here. Alright, man, that is some sketchy ass flying. This is pretty cool though. My goggles are getting low on juice. What up, people? All right, let's go land because my goggles are kind of getting low. It's because I'm also streaming. I didn't realize when I'm streaming it sucks up a lot of my juice. But hopefully you guys are enjoying this little urban exploration. There we are. All right, let me go catch this really quick. Oh, I was off a bit. There we go. What up? All right, that should shut that off. Cool. So now you guys should see. What up, Claire? What up, Aaron? Yeah, it's really cool. That's what you feel like when you're wearing these goggles, is literally like you're freaking like an airplane or like a bird, man. It is literally the closest, at least for me, since I'm probably never going to go. What's that sport where they jump off the cliff and then they fly like a little bird with that little wingsuit? I think it's called like wingsuit flying or something. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, they've got some pretty cool simulations I've seen of those. Not anywhere near me. I think they've got them in Utah, where like literally it's like a carnival ride, you know. It feels like you're, you know, jumping off a cliff, and it got you suspended. They even have like fans blowing against you to simulate the air. And then it's cool because it's got this cool little thing where oh, let me shut the RTMP off, where it when you like land or something, it mimics like your chute popping up, you know. It's pretty legit. But yeah, just short of doing something like that, I'll never jump off of a cliff and do any wingsuit diving. So flying FPV, or first person view, is the closest that I get to experience that. And boy, oh boy, do I enjoy it. It's awesome, man. It's been such a fun hobby for me. And it's so cool that I get to share this with you guys and actually can live stream. And same thing, like, you know, this is my my small drone, my Neo. You know, we've got our Mini 3 that we've flown in the past. That one I can fly for a lot longer, for about 40 minutes in the air. And that one has zoom. You know, it's a lot quicker, can fly higher, farther. But for these little exploration streams, I think this little Neo is perfect. But it's also good for vlogging. That's why I got this too. Basically, as your own camera person. So if I ever want to do a vlog, I got my own cameraman, because this thing can track you, follow you. It's got all sorts of cool modes. What up, Traveling Jack? But I do have a really fun camping trip coming up here soon. I was waiting for the weather to kind of warm up a bit, which it has. I know there's a cold front that I think went through some parts of the state, so you might be sitting there going, what are you fucking talking about? But here in southern New Mexico, it's gotten a lot warmer. The weather's getting a little better, and I'm planning a pretty fun camping trip that everything looks, as far as data wise, like I should have data. So I'm going to be taking you guys with me, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys, because it's a fucking cool ass place, man. I don't want to spoil the surprise, so I'll just leave it at that. But definitely a place that I know you guys will really enjoy. There's no questions about that. So I'm really excited to do that trip here soon. Because otherwise, as far as court coverage, we don't have a lot of updates up until, you know, late February, unless somebody gets in trouble, which I don't want anybody to get in trouble. But everybody else we've been following, I don't think we have any updates that'll be due until the end of February. So trying to just line up some fun stuff between now and the updates, court updates, because I know that's what a lot of you guys like. So I'm working on it, but like I said, hopefully nobody gets in trouble, so that way we don't have to do any breaking news updates. But yeah, have some fun stuff lined up for you guys here soon. No, this won't be in no mountains, because you know what happens in the mountains, right? We don't get good reception. I've learned my lesson. This is going to be actually a pretty, I mean, I guess close to a mountain range, but it's actually a pretty flat area of land, but it's got some pretty interesting stuff on it, which makes it really unique and cool. I think the drive will be fun too. I'll take you guys on the drive up there too. So, but it's a badass place, and it's fun because we'll be able to do some like just exploring, you know, boots on the ground style, and then it's a perfect place to put up the drone, both of the drones. You know what I mean? So I'm really looking forward to that. Because, you know, don't get me wrong, I love doing like this exploring stuff with my little Neo drone. But I miss being able to go like somewhere. Like, remember when we were in Arkansas, when I took the drone down that river and we were exploring those little caves? Like, that's what I really enjoy, you know, and that's where I get to bust out my Mini 3, my bigger drone. And it's been a while since I've done any, like, really, you know, like what I call real drone flying, or basically, for, you know, videography drone flying. Because when people use drones for videography, they use the ones with the gimbals on them. And that's what my Mini 3 has. This little one I'm flying, the Neo, that one doesn't have a gimbal, so the video is not the best compared to like that Mini 3. So yeah, it's been a while since I've flown the Mini 3, and I'm really excited to take you guys on a little flight once we get to this cool ass camping spot. What up, Subway and the Same? Oh, here comes Moggy Jr. Who's Moggy? Man, you guys got, there's some weird names that have been popping up in chat. Not as far as your guys' names, but like names you guys are talking about. Then I guess I've been out of the loop for a while. I'm gonna have to start getting back in the loop. But anyways, I hope you guys had fun. I wasn't planning on doing anything long. I just wanted to come and shoot the shit, kind of, you know, get myself a little prepared for this camping trip coming up as far as some stick time. And yeah, that was fun. Still got it, I think. We didn't crash. That was good. Otherwise, we would have had to hop some fences like this. And as you can see, they've got no trespassing signs and they got barbed wire, so it would not have been fun. So that was fun. That's the cool thing is you can't trespass, but the FAA owns the air, so technically you can fly over anything that's got open air. All right, my friends, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, halfway through the week. I think this weekend is a Super Bowl Sunday, so have fun. I don't know if I'm going to I'm not much of a, you know, I watch the Super Bowl, but, you know, it's not like something that's like a major event for me, you know, where I'm going to be planning something big. But who knows if I do anything, and I think it might be something you guys might enjoy to see on stream, I'll take you guys with me. Otherwise, if I don't see you this weekend, I hope everybody has a fun, safe Super Bowl weekend. Don't do anything stupid. Remember, if you get a little, just call a friend, fucking sleep on the couch, you know, get an Uber, but please do not drink and drive. All right, my friends. You guys have a good one. And, yeah. We'll see you on the next adventure. Or the next court update, whichever comes first. Peace, everybody. Have a great rest of your week. NJ Courts is officially out of here.